I'm Jennifer Tryon, and this year I've got curves. These curves. This is the 2023 Virtual Quilting Retreat, and we're making the Snowball Hexi Quilt, and it's all about sewing curves. In fact, there isn't even one half square triangle in this quilt. This year we've got 4 different colorways to choose from: winter, spring, summer, and fall. They're all gorgeously curvy. We're going to ship you everything you need to make this beautiful quilt, including the rulers and everything you need to know to pull off these gorgeous curves. This is going to take your piecing to the next level. Plus, as a bonus this year, you can send your quilt back to Homemade and we'll long arm it for you. Go to homemade.ca to register and celebrate your curves. See this video as many times as possible. Hi, you guys. Welcome to the box opening for the 2023 Virtual Quilting Retreat. We've got everybody here with us from all over North America. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Let's just take a minute and go around the circle. We'll start with Dana. Hi, where are you logging in from?
Dana in Calgary. Still going through dental surgery. So I don't have COVID, I just don't have teeth.
But they're coming soon, we hear.
Yes.
Oh, you're brave. You're brave to undergo all of this. We're wishing you the best of luck with your surgeries. That's a lot to go through. Hopefully the quilt will take your mind off things. You'll have something to keep you busy.
It always does.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's go down and over one box. Marie Agnes, hi.
Hi, I'm from Oakville, so not far from Toronto, and I'm excited. It's fun.
I'm so excited to have you here. While we were waiting to come in to the box opening, Marie Agnes was going through all of her pins from all of the different homemade events, and we were trying to, yes, she's got them all posted there, right above that beautiful HD9. Nice. Yeah, I don't think you've missed one yet. That's amazing.
I don't think so.
Great. Well, there might be a new pin to add to your collection. Okay, let's go. I feel like the Brady Bunch. Like, hi, how you doing down there?
Good morning. I'm Danielle. I'm tuning in from Brentwood, Northern California.
Oh,
Talking about the weather here. It's undecided what it wants to do, but it's very sunny but cold.
Don't even talk much about that.
It's all relative.
Yeah,
I know you're in the minuses, but I'm in California.
I will take your cold.
It's relative.
Yeah. Oh, Danielle, I'm so glad that you joined us from California. We're all living, even though it's chilly for you, any of us here in the north are, we'd be liking a little of that California sunshine as we're going into our, very, very cold months in Canada. But we're going to have lots of quilts to keep us warm. I can tell you, I helped pack these boxes, and most people bought more than one colorway. There were people who bought all 4. They are going to be sewing curves till the end of time. But gosh, look at the gorgeous quilts. This one hasn't been long armed yet. Look at the gorgeous colors you guys have to choose from. Even the poinsettia one, the beautiful summer fabrics. Oh, they're going to be so nice. And spring, this one's just so gorgeous too. This one has been long armed. You heard me say it in the little video that if you get to the point of this quilt and you're like, I can't quilt this, I'm over it. You can send it back to us for the first time ever. We are including long arming as a bonus for you guys. And what this price will include is we will send you a shipping label wherever you are in the world. And so you can ship it back to us for free. And we will then long arm it and ship it back to you. And we've got a few designs that you can choose from. And if you got batting in your kit, then you can send that back to us as well, and we can use it. or we can swap out batting that's already here. We can work that out with you. If you have any questions about the long arming, you can always email us at info@homemade.ca. We're happy to answer any of the questions that you might have about that. Did any of you guys go for the long arming, or are you going to be brave and quilt it yourself?
No, I did. I took
You
the
did?
long arming. Yeah, just to try.
I'm
Yeah.
sure considering it.
Well, there is sort of, some thinking out there that here, I'll show you the long arming on this one. There is some thinking out there that like, yeah, but is it cheating if you don't do it all yourself? I say screw that.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I was one of those people that was like, no, I should do it myself with the long arm and not even use the computer. Like I should really do it myself. But when you do an edge to edge like this, and it turns out so beautiful and perfect, you just love it all the more. So I say don't sit on the fence, and look at this beautiful rosemary pattern. Isn't it just like lovely and soft, and it's just right. I think it lets the snowballs, the hexi snowballs, even though I think they're daisies, stand out. So the long arming complements it really nicely. And we have another one that's long arm too, but it's downstairs hanging up in the shop. And that's the fall version of the quilt. So I know what you guys are here for. You want to get into the box, right? Like you don't need to be talking about all the stuff. So let's do it. Pull out your boxes, you guys. If you and you're at home and you already opened your box, if by any chance you were missing anything, I hope you weren't. You can just email us at info@homemade.ca and we'll figure it out. And yeah, so dig in, you guys. Yes, you always get the little welcome card to start, and that will show you what's in the kit. And so what you're going to find under here is listed all here. All 13 fat quarters, you're getting the binding fabric, the background fabric. Your batting, if you opted for the long arming, your batting is not in the box because we just kept it back to use for your long arming so that your box wasn't so heavy. That way everybody saves on the shipping. We don't need it to be bigger than it needs to be just to ship it back and forth. You know what I mean? Where we really sprung this year was to give you guys the 4 cutting rulers that you're going to need for these curves. And let's just go in a little bit further. You've got a custom made stiletto we're going to get to. Of course, the pattern, we got a little sweet treat. And the 2023 pin. All right, let's get it open. Okay, batting, we all know about the batting. We can set that aside. Again, if your box doesn't have batting, it's probably because you opted for long arming. Oh, yes. Treat. Yes, Maria, you got your treat right away. These, can I just tell you, I have broken open more than one of these. We ordered maybe like 30 extras of these. Yeah, between us and every time the kids walk into the shop, down goes another thing of gummies. They're very, very yummy. And the little, I'm going to open this right now. The little gingerbread men inside, go for it, you guys. They're so good.
Oh my goodness.
I know, the little gingerbread men are the cutest. And I know it's not a Christmas box, but I couldn't help but put a little holiday.
They're too cute to be eaten.
Do it. It's worth it. Little sour. Okay. This year's pin. It says, show off your curves.
I love the color of the pin.
Cute, right?
I love the colors.
Yes, another one.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
So cute. We've got someone else joining in. Come on in. We're just getting going with the box opening. If you're just tuning in. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
Hello.
We're just getting going with the box opening, and we just had a little bite of our sweet treat. So go ahead and dig into your box and let us know where you're tuning in from, Donna.
I'm tuning in from Oshawa. We will avoid the sweet treats. Just came from the dentist. I'm pretty frozen. So I
You
probably
and
sound a
Anna
little
both
funny.
with the dentist. Yes. Okay, avoid the sweet treat until you can truly enjoy it, because those are some good gummies. Love them.
No, good.
Oh, I love those gummies.
Yeah. So the Show Off Your Curves pin was obviously inspired by the quilt block. I designed this pin and was trying to be a little cheeky this year because, you know, if you were in our quilting event last year and did the Stargazer and never wanted to sew another half square triangle in your life, that's why we went this year for the curves. So, you know, just a little fun. Okay, let's go right to the fabric bundle because you'll be able to pull out your bundle. This is the summer bundle, but you'll get whichever one you chose, and it includes 13 fat quarters, your background fabric, your backing, and then the binding fabric is the one that's folded underneath the fat quarters. Is it fat quarters or is it, I can't remember if it's fat quarters or long quarters, but your quarter yards, whatever it is. It's been a while since we bundled these. Oh, Dana, you got the fall.
Yeah.
I don't get fat quarter.
What'd you get?
A full red for the poinsettia. So it's not fat quarter, I
Oh,
guess.
yes, because you got poinsettia.
Yeah.
You're using so much of the same
That's
red
right.
fabric. Yes, exactly. There's no sense. You can just cut them into strips, and because you don't need all of the different kinds, the ombre is going to give you all sorts of different hues for that poinsettia. That's going to be great.
Okay, and the blue is for the binding?
Yes. Or is it for the accent? I think the green is for the accent and blue is for the binding. Or is it the backing?
The backing I guess is green.
Yes. Yep, that's the backing. And then the green, again, is for the accent and the blue is for the binding. Yep. Dana, what made you pick the fall?
The colors.
Gorgeous.
Just,
So gorgeous.
just the brightness of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Danielle, what did you got the fall also?
I did. I love the colors as well.
So bright. I love the leaves, but you know what? It's not traditional fall. So I feel like you could have that quilt out almost any time and no one would say, why do you have your fall decor out? You know what I mean? It will stand the whole year.
Agree. But it was nice to seeing all the leaves change here. We've got a lot of trees in Brentwood and they're coming out with all these reds and yellows. And so, yeah, it's lovely.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Absolutely.
Donna, I know our leaves are long gone. Well, we've been raking them. That's what we're doing with leaves these days. Raking them before they get covered in snow. Donna, which one did you choose?
I got the spring, I think it's called.
Yes. The coveted spring was first to sell out. So many people wrote asking for a spring, and once they're gone, they're gone. You know how it is with fabric. They only make so much. And
I do tend to gravitate towards the tone on tone, which this is
beautiful. Beautiful. Love the spring. This is what's going to be so fun this year is everybody's quilt. You're going to see tons of posts and be like, wow, I didn't know about that one, or I forgot about that colorway. So yeah. And in the classes, which the first class, just to keep everybody up to date, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, the first class will drop. And it's going to be all about cutting. So get some muscles ready and a new rotary blade. Because it's all about cutting. Speaking of which, let's take out the pattern. And I'm going to walk you through the big splurge of the box was getting everybody these custom rulers made. And normally the pattern, if I see it here. Normally when you would do this pattern, these would be the templates you would get for trimming. And you'd cut them out, and then you'd have to put the piece of paper on and try to cut around. So you probably have these in your pattern, but we went ahead and got these made for you so that all of those measurements you can lay onto all these rulers you can lay onto your fabric and cut them like you would your big ruler. It's going to make trimming the curves and trimming your blocks. Yes, there's going to be a lot of cutting. You are going to hate cutting like you hated half-square triangle. I just got to be honest, because we have cut this many times at this point. But it does make it a lot easier than the paper does. So yes, you've got 4 little cutting rulers, including this tiny little one. Don't lose it. Don't lose them. Keep them all together in maybe in the plastic bag that the pattern came in or something like that. Because you will definitely need these. The first class, we are using these 3. And then this one comes after we're sewing our blocks together. So those are the cutting templates. And if you have any little like ruler grippers, you might want to put them on the back. Or if you are finding I talk about this in the class, and we can talk about it in the live Q&As too. If you find them slipping or you're having a hard time, even if you don't have little ruler sticky things, you could use some basting spray on the back of your ruler, which will just kind of tack it up a little bit, and it'll make it a little less slippery. But I found that they were fine. Even, I put some on some and some not on others. So you do what?
Ruler grip?
Ruler grips, yeah. We'll put a link.
Jen.
We'll put a link in the comments if you want to get some ruler grips. I think they're called True Grips. They're the kind that we have on homemade.ca. It's called True Grips. And you just put them on the back of any cutting ruler. It can even be your big ruler like this if you find that your ruler slips. Sometimes you just put their little tiny stickers that kind of go everywhere, and it just makes your mat grippy. And so you're less likely to have it slip. And I know we found them pretty useful when we were cutting the versions of the quilt with the templates. So that could be just a little tip. And you know what? The marketplace for you guys is now open, and you're sort of colliding with Black Friday because it's taken so long to get this off the ground this year. So there's tons of sales right now, and you can be using the code Hexi for an extra 10% off your entire order. Plus there's Black Friday, plus Janome has sales. So if you're a savvy shopper, now's the time to go through and use your codes. Yeah, very good shopping to be had. All right, let's keep going with the box because there's some other cute things. I'm going to take the last 3 things out. So let's go with this. This is gonna, if you've been in some of our other events, our scissors are starting to all match one another. And this is another tool we had made for you guys. And if you look at it, you're like, any guesses on what this is?
Stiletto.
Yes. So you have to unscrew it like this. This is so that it doesn't hurt anyone. And then screw it back on.
That's so
Yes.
cool.
Okay.
And then what this does is
Nice.
Yes. It's going to
That's
help
a nice
you.
one.
Yeah, it's going to help you. Let's pretend this is the sewing machine foot, and this is our fabric. So when something's coming in you're going to sew fairly slow with the curves. And this is just going to help you get right underneath that presser foot without having to get your finger in there.
Ooh.
And so this is going to help keep everything nice and straight right by the needle. And so this is going to be sort of your right hand, your extra long pointer finger. So this is a really kind of useful tool to have, especially when you're sewing things like curves, because you can really inch things along more accurately without having to get your big, what feels like sausage hands sometimes when you're sewing something delicate. It just allows you to kind of gently inch things over and make some little micro movements right by the needle. So that's a little bonus for you guys, and it matches our, our snips and our bent bill scissors and our applique scissors. You've got that pink ombre, which is pretty cute. Pretty cute. What else do we see here? The thread. Yes, lots of you guys have heard me talk about Deco Bob, and maybe this will be your first time trying it, but we recommend Deco Bob for piecing, and because it's an 80 weight thread. And in previous kits, we've given you like a 50 weight cotton, which is sometimes the normal thread that people would use for machine quilting, like no problem, and you still can use it. But what we like about Deco Bob, and decided to splurge and give everybody a cone, is because it's so thin. It's an 80 weight and it's polyester. It's like sewing with a piece of your hair. Very, very thin, very, very strong. And so when you put it in the bobbin and use it on top, your seams lie so much flatter. Because believe it or not, that's, if my arm was a strand of thread, and this arm was the bobbin thread, and then they come together, plus the fabric, even though it's small, it's still stacking up. So when you flip those seams over, you sometimes get that lump,
but
that ridge.
It's so thin that I used it for the 3-star-on-3 quilt, and I had to adjust my seam allowance because I was able to push, like I pressed to the side. But then when I was doing the same needle position than before using the Orifil or whatever or other 40 weight thread, that I end up with like too big of a block.
Wow.
My needle. Because
that's
it's
incredible.
So thin, then when you press, you ended up pressing more.
Yep. It's
so you have
incredible.
to check your seam allowance. I guess not for those, it doesn't really matter as much. But it's very thin.
It is incredible when you, over the span of a quilt, how much space thread can actually take up. And if you're doing a true 1/4 inch, like if you don't have the HP foot, or if you're using a 1/4 inch foot that's a little on the bigger side, or you're not quite there, you can really wonder why this is supposed to be 16.5. Why is it only, why is it only 16? Because over the whole block, that thread can really eat up a lot of real estate. So we want you to give Deco Bob a try. And then especially when you're meeting in the middle with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiny little points. Say again, Dana?
Excuse me? 6
This is going to be much easier. You don't have to sew these points together. This is going to come together just straight sewing. Don't worry. Oh, you didn't know this was full of Y seams? Oh, no, it's not. We've got lots of illusions on how this comes together. It's actually just straight sewing. Apart from sewing these curves here, the rest is all straight. It comes together just like square blocks do. So
Jen,
don't worry.
quick question.
Yeah.
When we're cutting and using those templates with the rounded curves, is it easier or better to use the smaller rotary cutter opposed to the 45?
Well, I used the 45. Amanda used the 45 also. And we did investigate a little bit using the smaller 8. Is it an 18?
28.
Like that.
Yeah.
28.
Yeah. Yes. The 28. And I didn't find it that much easier to maneuver. In actual fact, I liked the 45 because I found myself putting quite a lot of body weight on it, because I'm going to encourage you in the videos you'll see to cut multiple layers at once. Because otherwise you may go mad.
Okay.
Hold on, and I'll tell you why.
So
like
after
a
so many,
flashback to last year.
Dana's like, there are too many plates and I might go mad.
You don't really want to cut all these out at one time. And I found with the smaller rotary cutter, or the larger rotary cutter, it was easier to go through like 8. and just put a little body weight into it. So I'd say still use your 45 rotary cutter, and you can see how these are kind of chunked. See how they're like in this chunk? That's because that's how I cut them, that many at one time. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And I do think if you use the larger rotary cutter, you'll have more success in getting through more layers at once. Now, I want to stress, and I do this in the videos too, that you still want your shapes to be like correct. And you don't want to be, stacking up your fabric so thick that you end up with wonky curves. We deal with enough wonky curves in our life. Okay, these ones are going to be nice and smooth. Let's just start with the curve jokes right away. So yeah, that's how I would say if you're finding that once you get into the cutting, that your curves are getting a bit wonky, then maybe you have too many layers, or maybe you need to use a more hardy rotary cutter. So I think if it was 1 or even 2 layers, you actually might find the smaller rotary cutter easier. But a lot of you have been doing this for a little bit, so I say go for the layers. Save yourself some time.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. And then the last thing is we gave you guys just a little quilty pencil set, and they've all just got like cute little sewing sayings on them, and we all need pencils around our sewing space, so we just threw it in as a little extra bonus. They're from Riley Blake, and they're very, very cute. They've got like, cut once, or what is it? Measure once, or I don't know.
Measure once, measure twice.
Measure twice, cut once.
Yeah.
Yeah, measure twice, cut once.
Yeah. So you can open them up and take a look at what yours say. Cut, sew, repeat.
Quilt mat is hard.
This quilt won't design itself.
Cut, sew, repeat.
Quilt math is hard. Agreed.
It won't design itself.
That's the measure twice, cut once.
What does
And
this
You are so fun.
You are so fun. That's weird writing on that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a cute little quilty treat for your box. And I hope you like them. I thought they were sweet.
Good.
They're lovely. Jen,
Very
Jen,
cute.
I'd encourage my friend to participate in this. And I talked about, the stuff that we've done before with the quilts.
Mhm.
But it's the stuff like these rulers that make a huge difference. Thank you.
Aw.
But I was telling her about, how much I've enjoyed taking, the classes and making the quilts with you. But these are the things that make extra. It just takes it over the edge.
You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate hearing that because, sometimes we're brainstorming on, and even before we came on, we're like, do people still tune in? Do people still want this? Do people still, sometimes it gets old hat, when you do things. And so I appreciate hearing that, the effort's not for nothing and that you guys really do benefit from, sometimes when we make these, I know what helps make it better and why not try to include it, So
I agree with Danielle that the templates are going to be huge because I hate cutting from paper because I end up putting nicks out of them every time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. And there is a lot of cutting. There's no two ways about it. And it would with the paper, no. But you know what? Sometimes it's worth it. And you know what? I've already we've made a bunch of these. And once you really get the hang of sewing curves, how many of you have actually sewn curves like a drunkard's path or anything like that before? You have, Donna?
With Amanda, the pillow.
Okay, that's good.
The
That's
pillow
good.
from a previous homemade.
Yes, we had a curves class in that too, where we used the circle attachment. And so for many, though, this will be the first time doing that easing around, and it is a different sewing experience. Everybody's going to elevate their sewing by the end of this quilt. And then you're going to be able to use these, going forward. There's all kinds of different designs you can make, with these patterns and, put them together in different ways. And very cool. Very cool.
But then also, once you sew curve on quilt, just to put in a sleeve, it's so much easier because of the same idea. And then it becomes so much easier. And this is the fabric he used for the Sergio 101 for the face cloth. It's so nice.
I know. I know. It's so nice.
It's so soft.
It's so nice. We used like for Serger 101, we used like pure organic bamboo French terry.
It's
None of
the
this.
softest fabric.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was very nice. But you know what? Like sometimes, you know, you might think, oh, a face cloth, but it's going to touch your face. So we wanted it to be nice for sure.
Actually, I just did that class last night.
Good girl, Donna.
Well, you know, those tree skirts took up all my time for a while.
Oh, those were beautiful. Those were beautiful. You'll see that you got you did a great job. You'll see that you got the pattern. Of course, I'm going to encourage you to watch the videos because we do go through the cutting so that everything is nice and clear. And we give you some shortcuts. But if you read through the pattern, it's not very long. Like it's just kind of a one-pager here. It's very straightforward. You're basically making this shape over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And it's the fabrics that give it that look. And you'll kind of notice the way the quilt comes together in these long strips like this. We're going to make these units of 3, and that's why I said the straight line. Yes, this is like a point of 6, but you're just sewing straight here, then you're just sewing straight here, and then we're going to match them up. But there is some matching up to do when we get to laying out our rows like this, so that it looks as though this is one block. You know what I mean? To the eye, it looks like that's one block, but really this is a strip and this is a strip. So that's how that's going to really come together. So you've got your pattern for use in this quilt and future quilts. And yeah, that's the contents of the box. When we get to quilting this quilt, we are going to do free motion quilting. Just meandering. If you're not, in previous years, we've done straight line quilting and we've done quilting in the hoop using your embroidery machine. We've also got the long arming available this year. If you're not into quilting this quilt, then we can long arm it for you. We'll send you a shipping label and you'll send your finished quilt top back to us and we'll long arm it. Or you can try free motioning. We'll have a bit of a lesson on free motioning and you can see how you do.
Was I supposed to have the shipping label into the box?
No, we will send you the shipping label. That's a good point, Marie-Agnes, because shipping labels expire. And sometimes people take a whole year to finish their quilt. It's totally fine. So when you're done your quilt top and you're ready to ship it back to us, then you can just reach out to us at info@homemade and say, ready. And then we will email you your shipping label and then it'll be fresh. We'll schedule the pickup time for you. So all you have to do is put it back in the box that we sent it to you in, if you want to keep the box, but it's perfect if you want to put it in that box. Ship it back to us and then we'll get it and get it all long armed for you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably getting this back.
Well, you know what? There is something to getting it back and it's all squared up and ready for the binding.
I thought you'd bind it too.
We can make some special deals on the side. How about that? Yeah, it is a bit of a luxury for sure to have it long armed, but boy, is it beautiful when you see it in the end. Like it just comes to life. If not, you can try your hand at free motion quilting and yeah, it'll be fabulous, whichever way you decide. All right, any last thoughts, ladies? You excited to get going? Friday night, first class.
Very excited. Very excited.
And Monday the Q&A?
So we're going to stick with Wednesdays now for the Q&A.
Okay.
And should I tell you why?
Because are you still doing the
sewing?
What?
Are you doing another play?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
So my sister and I tried out for We Will Rock You.
Oh!
I might have to come see that.
And we're in the chorus. because the woman who's the lead needs to be like 20. And I was like, and on my application, I just said 40+ sign. It's a real plus, okay? Anyway, so my sister and I got in, like, and so we were like singing and dancing our little hearts out. And we were like,
congratulations.
Yeah, it's so cool.
we said, we're looking at this like it's our Dancing with the Stars workout plan. You know how all those celebs, they join Dancing with the Stars and then they're suddenly like very fit? That's what we're hoping happens. Oh, please don't.
When is it?
No, I'm not telling Donna. No, sorry.
I didn't come to see it.
You'll find out on Kingston News.
Oh my
No
gosh.
watching you than strangers.
I know that. Okay, it's around Easter time. I'll put it that way. So we have lots of time to learn the moves. And anyway, Mondays are the rehearsal days. So we're going to Wednesdays, and so Wednesdays will be our Q&A for this and anything else you want to talk about. And Fridays will be the video release day, where we go to the next stage of the quilting process. And what else can I say? You have a full year to be in the group, although we tend to leave it open longer, but we try to tell people, don't worry, you can work at your own pace if this is your first event. And the video comes out Friday and you're not finished that step by the next Friday, just keep going. Still tune in on Wednesdays and listen in for all the advice, because it really does help to hear what people are going through and ask questions.
It does.
Yeah, and you know, there's places in the group to post pictures. So we love seeing your works in progress. We can also help diagnose anything that's going wrong. If you put a picture up or a little video, we're happy to help you out. So we appreciate you all tuning in tonight, and we appreciate you for opening your boxes with us tonight. And let's get this Hexi Snowball rolling. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Exciting.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.